Well, good morning, welcome back to the GNC Family Farms. I'm your host, Grant. What happens on the farm, stays on the farm. Well, today we're going to be cleaning out the rabbit hutches. Give you a little detail what we got here set up as wise that we found it works on here on the farm is we took old dog cages. We purchased, well, we didn't, none of these actually were, I think the most we spent $40 on the two big ones that we bought, and that was $20 a piece. We picked up. One was given to us and one was already here that we had. So I was like, one day I was like, because we used to have wooden ones that when we got the first set of rabbits way back when, we had these big wooden hutches, and I was constantly having to repair them because rabbits, they chew, they will chew the wood up. They were just tearing them up, and I said it was just more of a hassle to clean them and everything. So one day I was like, dog cages, why not use them? It'd be perfect. They're pellets, they're poopy. Don't know other way to put it, but they're manure. Falls right down on these trays, which these trays actually slides inside the dog cages. But instead we put them down here below, and then we put little bricks underneath to raise it up, and then all their manure sits right on top of this platform that I put up here for the top ones. Now the bottom ones are simply just trays on top of milk crates. Again, milk crates are free. They were ones, you know, you go to the store and you ask for them and they'll give them to you. This one here, when we moved it here, it only goes back so far. And I put Big Boy up here, and I thought, well, I'd give him a bigger, you know, put him upstairs for a little bit. But he's kind of bent this one up. So my theory is today I got to fix that one. I'm going to put this heavier board on top, and hopefully that will help hold this up better. We'll just have to play it by ear. I won't be putting him back up there because he's a big boy. Unlike King down here, he's very small. But he's very lovable. Iceman here, he's a really good rabbit. He's lovable. He lets me pet him and everything. Don't you, buddy? Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Now this one over here is Ursa. Okay. Now Ursa, my wife named her, and she's living up to her name. She is a force to be recognized. I gotten bit by her. Not real bad, but she could have actually really made it. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. But she gave me a warning sign, and after that, I use a board whenever I have to, because what they'll do is sometimes they'll go in here and they'll mess up their boards. She's very offensive, so she's already growling at me. But they'll mess up their boards down here that I put so that way they have a place to sit on. So I have to use a board to keep her back here in the back while I straighten up her cage. So you're going to watch me get her out here. I'll get her out here now. I have a little step ladder over here. Now I could probably reach in there, but she'll go to the back corner. They usually run to the back, so like King down there, he's in the corner. Chestnut will do the same thing. As you see, she's already moving in the back. She knows it. I kind of prepare them the day before. I kind of say, hey, tomorrow's cleaning out day. I don't know if they understand that, but they noticed they didn't get their food right away this morning, so they probably know that I'm going to be cleaning out their cages. And she's already giving me the eyeball. She's eyeballing me. I'm not afraid of her at all. I show her who's the boss and take it from there. But you know, you can't show fear with animals. You know, they are cute and cuddly and they look really cute, but you got to be careful with any livestock because you never know when they could turn on you. They are animals after all. These are not pets. These are being raised for one simple reason, and that is meat rabbits. Now what we do is also they make good dog treats. Their ears and their feet, we dehydrate them for Miko. Now Gypsy, she doesn't have nothing to do with it. She cared less about the rabbit feed or the ears, and we take them, and after we dispatch them, we will dehydrate their, make out dog treats for Miko, or Gypsy. Well, Gypsy doesn't eat them, but yeah, that's what they're here for. They're not here for any other reason except for meat rabbits. They will have a litter, and then we will dispatch them, but the white ones, they are the biggest ones. They get really big because of their breed. They make better meat rabbits than the other ones. But further ado, let's get old Ursa out. Good old Ursa. I picked her out of the litter because there was a whole bunch of them in there, and I was like, well, let's see, let's pick this one. I guess, her mother was very aggressive too. Her mother was just like her, and so I don't know if it's something in their breed. I can't say really their breed because he's the same breed, and the males don't act like that. I've only had, the first white one we had never acted like that, which would have been, I can't remember the rabbit's name that we had, her mother's name, life of me. Oh, Queen. Yeah, Queen. My wife named it too, Queen. And she lived up to the name Queen because she wanted to show to everyone she was a queen. Yeah, let's get old Ursa out here. This should be interesting. Hi, Ursa. What you doing there, baby? I'm here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're getting out. I usually grab them by the ears. It does not hurt them by that way. So I can get her turned around. She's going to kick me, probably. Once I get a hold of her, I can sit down. And there's old Ursa. See? Don't want to go hurt you. See how she's all tensed up right now? Normally you can grab them in the back of their fur right here, but what they do is they tense up really hard, and so it's really hard now. She's starting to slowly relax a little bit. She's not a bad rabbit, but she just likes to bite and fight, don't you? Yeah. See, it's okay. All right, let me go put her in her holding area over here. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. All right, Chestnut, it's your turn. It's your turn, Chestnut. Oh, a Chestnut's a great mama. She has been an angel of mama, aren't you? You're a good mama. Yeah, you saw there was no fight. Didn't take much to get her out. She's a good mama. Yeah. Queen threw out some of her babies, kept throwing them out of the cage, and we put them in there with her, and she raised them, didn't you? Yeah, you're a good girl. All right, let's go put you over here in your holding area. Now, in the next couple months, we'll be breeding the 2 females with these so we can get another litter going. Go ahead, Gypsy. Yeah, it's just best if you take them out of their cages. He shouldn't give me much problems either. But like I said, sometimes they run to the back. Ah, buddy. Hi. 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 Come here. Let's get you out. Come here. Oh. Yeah, I got you. See how big he is? He's a big boy, aren't you? We gotta get your nails trimmed. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get your nails trimmed. He's holding on to my hands. See how he's holding on to me? Yeah, he's a good boy, aren't you? See how big he is? He's a big old boy. Yeah. All right, King. You're next. Now, he's not aggressive either. He's pretty lovable. He's just more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. He's more just alert, I guess. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. But anyways, let's get him out. Come here, King. Come here, buddy. Oh, yeah. Come here. And this is King. Look how beautiful his markings is. Man, you boys got some long nails. We're going to have to do some trimming. Yeah, see how beautiful his markings are? Yeah. Good boy. Now I'll swing you around here and show you what I did is where I put him out in the holding area. As you can see, oops, sorry. As you can see, I just put them in milk crates. And that's their little area there. They'll sit in there until I get this all cleaned out. Okay. Believe it or not, the animals, Gypsy especially, she doesn't really bother them at all. She doesn't care, anything about them at all. Gypsy goes in the chicken coop with me, and she'll be in there with the chickens when they're walking around. Just like the other day, I had a couple chickens, like I said in the last video. I had to do some fixing on it. Over the winter, it just let go some of the zip ties, and they got out. And I had about 4 chickens out, and Gypsy just sitting there, laying there beside them, and the chickens are just walking around her. And I think she was guarding them. I really do. I believe that with all my heart, because there were cats around, but the 2 cats, our 2 cats that we raised in the house, Milo and Millie. They don't really care too much. I thought Millie would be more, because she's a hunter. She chases the mouses. We've had mice problems here in the barn, and since they've been staying in here and coming and going in and out of here, I've not seen any traces of mice dropping since I put traps down and letting them or at least Millie come in. Milo comes in too, but Millie, she's the hunter. Of course, she's, the female. If you know anything about lions and tigers and bears, don't mind. No, I'm just kidding. But if you know anything about lioness, they are the hunters, and they go out and get the meat for the males. So it just shows their genetics. That shows how God created them to be. I put these boards here on top. Not so much now, but when they are little, rabbits will climb. Now, I don't know. I've never seen a rabbit climb before. I didn't know rabbits could climb, to be honest with you. But we did notice that when the babies are little, they they'll climb. They'll climb right out of here. And the top, we flip these around. This actually technically is the top of the cages on all of these. So we flipped them over so that way they have more of a inside the bottom here is less of a gap. Okay, so we just flip these over, and so technically these are our the top, and so the bottom of them, this is where the tray would be at, has bigger gaps. So we have to keep them holes covered. Now, right now we don't have to worry about it so much because now they're really big. I mean, they're not going to fit through them holes. If they do, then they're magical rabbits. But the chances of them going out the top right now would be, but I just keep the boards up there because that goes with them cages. Let's see what else. So today we're just cleaning them out, getting them all cleaned out, and then I'll take these trays off here, or the cage off. Just pull them off here real good. And then I'll take these out here, the bottom trays on the bottoms of each of these cages. I'll take them out and power wash them real quick, get them rinsed off, and then I use a this stuff right here. It's a bleach solution, little Dawn soap and bleach and water, half and half of each, and I spray down their cages. That way, you just don't get that manure smell or that urine ammonia smell. And it also just keeps flies and stuff like that down, especially when summer comes along. That's one thing that would be nice having them in here, because I can close off this door here. There's a door right here. I can close that off during the summer months. That way it'll keep the flies over there, or out in here instead of over there. Because last summer it was just really bad, and with flies and stuff. So I'm hoping that by keeping them over here, I can open this door up here for them to have it fresh air. I have an exhaust fan that I'll be blowing this way to keep them nice and cool so they don't get too hot. Rabbits cannot handle heat at all. You can kill a rabbit really quick with heat. So we got to keep them cool as possible. They love the cold weather more than they do heat. But we make sure the water bottles are always watered up. Now I haven't filled these up today. I didn't fill them up yesterday because they still had plenty of water in their tanks. And then I'll use apple cider vinegar. I'll pour just a little bit of apple cider vinegar in their bottles, shake it up real good, dump them in the bucket right here, and then refill it up with water. Sometimes what I'll do is when they start getting really nasty and green, especially during the summer months, they'll start building up bacteria in the bottle. What I can do is I'll take the bottles into the house, and I have smaller bottles over here that I already did that. I can bring them smaller bottles over here just for a night to keep them watered, and then I'll take the bigger bottles and take them inside and bleach them, set them in a bucket of hot soapy water and bleach, and let them sit overnight and clean them real good inside the house, then bring them back out, clean water. That's how we do it. I'm sure there's probably other. I've seen people put up, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like PC pipe, or not big, just the smaller PC piping that's real small. You can put into their thing like a little drip thing. I don't know. To me, this works for me, and there's only 4 rabbits, so it's not. Before we had about 8 rabbits at a time, and so that was a lot of rabbits. With 4 rabbits, it's very easy to keep these clean. As long as I do this on a weekly basis, if I let it go more than, I can let it go up to 2 weeks without cleaning. But if I let it go longer, in which I have, it's really messy and it's really bad. And it's a lot harder to clean when there are that many. So today is going to be a new challenge because we had all these cages. I brought all these cages in here. So What? I hear you, Milo. Meowing, talking to me. So the challenge is, like over there, I had plenty of room to take them off, put them on a wagon, take them outside, and move things around. So right now we have a tiny footprint in here to work with. But I think I can do it. Like I said, I'll take the top ones off first, and then I'll just put the bigger one on top of that, and then we'll just take these out. This one here, this thing here, will be taken out to the dump and throw it out, and because it's all bent up. So, all right, I will bring you back here in a few after I get things done. I don't think you need to see how to clean things. It's pretty straightforward how to clean them. I got the bucket right outside here, the tractor bucket. And I'll take this tray out and any manure that I collect. And it'll go right out here into this. And then any manure on the floor, I'll sweep that up in a pile and with a dustpan, put it in the bucket, take it over to our compost. And that way we can put it on the garden this spring. So, well, I will come back here in a little bit with you. All right? All right. Well, I got the one side done here, all cleaned off. These are the bricks I was telling you about. They were found here on the property. Matter of fact, when I was back there digging for the new drain system that we're putting in, found a whole bunch more of these in the dirt. So I don't know why they were there, but I'll be bringing them up. But yeah, it was pretty simple to take this one off. Then I put one over there on the bench there, and then blew all the stuff out right outside the door here. So it was a lot easier to clean here. What I'll do is I'll bring this one over to this side. That's what we're getting ready to do right now. Once I get some of this stuff out of here in the cage. And I want to tell you about these gloves that I have. These are waterproof gloves. They're oil-proof. They're made by Tulip Gloves Company. They're really great, especially when it's cold outside. Dealing with water and stuff like that. You know how your hands get really cold dealing with water. These things are a lifesaver. And I've had these now going on 2 years now. They're, knock on wood, tear-proof. Especially when you're dealing with metal cages and stuff like that. I've used them on different things, not just cleaning gravity cages. But, yeah, these are really awesome gloves. They're really good and grippy. They got a good grip to them. And they're very heavy duty. And they keep my hands nice and cozy especially during the early spring and winter, and especially when you're dealing with power washing and anything like that. So what I do is I go up here with a, what do I do with it? Oh, there it is. I'll just grab the brush right here. And I go in here and I just kind of lift up their boards. And I look at them and see if they need to be sprayed off. That one will need some little spray. I knew this one would be kind of messy because it leans. What I'm doing, I'm scooping it up, brushing all the manure to the back. And what I used in this cage, for example, I don't have to do anything fancy. We had a whole bunch of these tile that you put down on the flooring, and I just put these in there. Take that out and power wash that one. This one here in the bottom, before we start once we start breeding, I need to go in here. I should have showed you this one. Over here on the side here, on both sides of this, I put boards along the side of it. And I took zip tie, drilled holes into the boards, and then I took zip tie, and that way there's a good side. Now this here, I'm trying to think, we probably won't have to do it, or no, this is the bottom one. Yeah, this one here's got tinier bars. The chance of the babies getting out of there is really slim, but I think what I'll do anyways, I'll still do the boards like I did the bottom one, or this one here. This is the one that was sitting right here. So I will put boards on the sides and the back. That way the babies still have no place to go. I did see online though. I finally found it. I saw it in I think it was a video. I saw it, and they have metal. We have old nesting boxes that are getting up to the point where they're almost not usable anymore. And so what the plan is, I'll probably purchasing them nesting boxes, because we only need 2 of them. So I just need one for this one, and one for this one, because this will be our 2 females with babies. So that's what we'll probably do with that. Alright. As you can see up here, I put a board across the top here. We did have we had babies in here at one time, and they were able to get out up here at the top. So what I'm doing now is I'm just there's some rabbit doo-doo right here. I just go along here and just kind of shake all that out, get it cleaned out. Like I said, he was leaning forward anyway, so a lot of it's up here in the front. And so what I'll do is I'll take it right off the top here. Set it right down here on top here. And now the bricks here, as you can see, are you probably can't see it. But this has been sitting in urine. And so what I'll do is I'll take these 2 bricks out and take them out and power wash them. Alright, so we've got the bricks already sprayed off. They've got the bleach on it, soaking on the bricks. Now what I'm going to do is take this tray off here. Here's the tray that goes into the dog thing. Now this has tons of urine right sitting here in the front. So we've got to be careful not to get too much of it on us or the floor. Another little handy tool that I use is a good old scraper that you would use to put mud on your wall, you know, when you're plastering. It's just a good little scraper that I picked up. I think it was like 99 cents. And I use that and I sharpened it up real good. And it'll go right down that tray and scoop all that stuff off of it. Alright, so what I just did is I power washed this really good. I come in here and I'll just spray this down with the bleach and soapy water mixture. And voila. you have a clean tray. Alright, now this looks like, let's see, I was able to see the other one. What we do is we reuse our bags of feed that we get. I cut them in half and make a nice little cover for the platform. This one here looks like I can save it. I don't think a lot of urine got on it. It stayed on most on the very front there. I'll just take this out here. Dump it real good. Give it a quick little spritzies. Lay it down there on the ground so it can kind of dry a little few minutes. Now this here we're going to just take out and we're going to get rid of it anyways because it's all warped. It's actually really like see, I was thinking this is pretty bent, but I don't think it is. The nice thing about these dog cages, they're really easy to put back into play. See, that evened it out pretty good. Now, take a look here. Get some worker on it. Yeah, I think that would work a lot better. I thought this was bent down more, but it wasn't. It had a little bit of bend to it, not too bad. This cage is kind of bent up anyways. The one we bought for $40 or $20, and but yeah, I think that'll give it more stability. The only problem I see is that it doesn't cover the whole thing. Huh. What I might do is, I think what I'll do is I'll just cut off this bad part. That way I can cover up the back part of that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, I think that's what I'll just do. I'll just cut that real quick. That way I can use the back part of it. See, everything can be recycled. Everything can be used on a farm. For example, that there is from, and this piece here was when we bought the chicken coop, the shed. These pieces were in that box, and I said, well, you know, you never know when I might need this, and so I put it away, and now I'm using it. Let's see here. So, yeah, I was just sitting there thinking I have this extra big long cardboard. The only reason I want to cover the back up is in case keeps the manure from coming down on top of the other rabbit at the bottom. But I need to get something here that's going to give us some stability. So I'm using the harder board here. Okay. Now see, I'll have one of that old feed bag on top, and that'll work better. Let's get rid of this. I might actually cut that here in a little bit. Cut that piece off because I can use it for something. Never know when I might need half of that, or if this doesn't work out, I can maybe reuse it. So, all right, well, let's get this stuff off here. Get this bigger case cleaned off and get it out of here. Well, they're all back in the cages. These top cages, there's a beam that goes across here. I really don't know what it was used for. I think more of a place where previous owner had done hardwire through. So I marked on each corner. Because after I put it up, I was like, you know, I could have cut that. So I got to cut out a space. That way that cage, these cages can go back a little bit further. I think if we can go back another foot or several inches there, will make a world of difference, especially in this one. But I put King up there on top. He's a lot lighter than Iceman. I haven't changed their tags around yet, but I'll do that. So now what I'm going to do is feed them real quick. I gotta find a new resource for carrots and or vegetable. When we first got rabbits, the previous people that had rabbits, they gave us these big cans that you could get at Kroger's for like 98 cents. So I need to go over there at Kroger's and look and see if they have them. Because we're running out of carrots, and my wife, where she worked at the school, they gave her all these carrots, and we're slowly working our way to the nitty gritty of them. So, but this gave us several months of good. They get carrots in the morning. Now listen here, Thumper. You thumping around. Anyways, they get carrots in the morning, and then in the evening they get Timothy hay, and that's what we feed her. And then they also get their rabbit feed, their regular rabbit feed. Yes, I know. How you don't put your fingers in her cage, you chop them off. I only got 3. Hang on a second. Gotta get Chestnut some carrots. 3 packs of carrots, because I've been dividing them up, kind of make it last a little longer for them. Chestnut's like, where's mine? Now, during the summertime, when we have other stuff that we're growing, we can give that to them as well. And when the babies, or mamas get the new kits, we'll fill this all the way up. But right now, they only get enough to fill up their base down here at the bottom. That's about a cup and a half, I think. It makes the food last a lot longer. Because once we get the kits going, they will really go through the feed then. But right now they're good on that. And one thing I do is I keep their water bottles all the same. The reason I do that is that way there's no, if someone or one of the rabbits might be sick with something. Okay, so this is King's. So, let's see here. Nice man in the bottom. Okay, I gotta keep them straight here. But that way, in case one of the rabbits are with a bacteria or virus or something, they're not it's not cross-contaminating. So whenever I take the waters away from their cages, normally especially the way we have it set up now, I usually just take off one at a time and do it. That way I don't cross-contaminate anything. As far as food-wise goes, I mean, their bins were pretty much cleaned out. Especially by the time I moved the cages around, it dumps a lot out, so I'm not too worried about that issue. But yeah, you know, it makes a long day doing this, cleaning out stuff. But I'll tell you what, I will tell you something. Today was a lot easier to do the clean out. I don't know why. I don't know what. Maybe because I would take all the cages out of the barn, and I don't know. I don't know what the difference was, but it really didn't take that long at all. What I'm doing here is just switching up their name tags. Each of the cages has their name on it. In case they ever want to run away, we know which rabbit runs away. Especially around Easter, you never. One of these might be the Easter bunny. You don't know. No, I'm just. We just name them. You know, it's okay to name your freezer camp meals. Now, what you're wanting her something to drink. Yeah, see, I always inspect them, but I know right now, when it's cold outside, we don't get a lot of bacteria growth in these. But especially around here at the bottom inside, that's where the green bacteria will start growing. If I start seeing any dirt or any dirt build up in there, I'll just take my finger along there and clean it out. But yeah, there's nothing there. So. But here in a couple months, that won't be the case. You know, I believe in taking care of our animals and livestock just like we would want to be taking care of ourselves. I think it makes their life a lot better, makes their productive. That's when you get milking goats and stuff like that. You want to treat them right. You know, just like the chickens and stuff. I've got to put these boards up. Yeah, it just makes their life a little bit better, you know. Some people would say, you know, well, rabbits should be outside, you know, underneath some kind of covering. Yeah, that's true. We could do that. Originally, that's what my wife thought I was going to do, have the rabbits outside. So no, we're not going to do the rabbits outside. I want to keep them inside. First of all, it keeps the any predators away from them. We have foxes around here. We have coyotes around here. Raccoons, possums. This way they're in here at night. You know, they're just in here. It's not that hard to. Now, if we had a bigger setup, I was raising these as meat rabbits to make a profit. I mean, I had like 12 rabbits or something like that. Yeah, I said I could actually do it in the back of the barn. I could set it all up in there, have that operation in there. But we don't really sell our meat. What we do is we We have some neighbors around here. We kind of live on a barter system around here. He helps me out. I might pay him in a frozen rabbit. Which has happened, you know, I've done that before. Just like with the eggs and stuff. You know, I treat my neighbors good. But down the road, they will help me out. And I think that makes a good neighborhood, you know, good neighbors. You help each other out. Scratch your back, I'll scratch yours. So, but that's the, I interested you were thirsty, girl. But I think this will work out good right now. This cage here, this bottom cage over here, let me slide her over this way. There we go. This cage here is a lot lighter than the cage over here. It's more, it's not that strong. It's very light. I can pick this one up really with no difficulty at all. Where this one over here is more heavy duty made. The welding and everything's a lot better on this one over here. But I don't see it bending down like it was before. I did straighten this up. I had to add a couple of pieces of blocks of wood in here to kind of keep it straight as possible. Like I said, once I get them two pieces cut out, I'll cut that piece out so I can slide that back further. Back against this wall here. I think it'll be a lot better even with this one over here as well. Because you're putting a lot of the weight right up here in the front. So I think if I can slide this back more, it'll be a lot better. So the next time I clean this out, probably next week, or the week after, it depends. I'll cut them pieces out, and once I cut them out, then I can slide this back a lot further, at least to this part of the wall. Can't do much back here because there's this is all brick, so can't do much there. But I can cut that out because it's not a structure beam or anything like that. So, and it's not going to really affect. I'm only cutting out about this much piece of wood there, so I don't think it's going to affect anything. Well, I think that's it. That's it of me cleaning out the rabbits. Take you outside here and show you how much manure we collected for the garden. Down we go. By the way, here's my wife's onions. Red Zeppelins. Let's see what other kinds are here. I know there's different kinds here. Pattersons. I think that's it. Pattersons and Red Zeppelins. Yeah. So we got some Red Zeppelins and Pattersons. Alright, let's go out here. Are you happy, Chestnut? Hey, Iceman. Here's part of that piece of wood there, or cardboard that I cut off. Well, there's the manure now. If I would have waited another week, it would be a little bit more fuller. This time around, it was once I did it last week. So it's been 1 week, and that's what I get out of 1 week. So I might go 2 weeks on it. It wasn't too hard to clean out today. So, but yeah, that's the operation. That's how we clean rabbits out. And, what manure is there on the ground, that's fine. This helps the grass, and we're not too worried about it right here. So it'll help the grass grow this spring. Right, Gypsy? Oh, you got an itch? Oh, got an itch on my belly, Dad. Yeah. You good girl. You good girl. Are you a good girl? Yeah. Yeah, she's my little helper, aren't you? That's a beautiful day. Now tomorrow's going to be a different story. They're calling for rain again, and it's supposed to rain all weekend. Got some storms coming in think on Saturday. Our little lilies are all popping up. Now we planted all the, well, we actually took them from the cottage. When we first moved here, they were over on that side of the cottage, right along there, and we dug them all up, brought them over here, and replanted them. And each year they'll keep growing. We got some right there's one. No blooms on it. So this one over here, we didn't even plant, but it's a white one. So like a little loner. And we didn't do that, so I don't know where it came from, but how it got there, but we like it. Yeah, it's so pretty to see the lilies. I mean, spring's almost here. There's a slide I was talking about in the last video. It's not pretty, but I'm going to sand it up real good. Sand the sides. Probably do some pounding it out. Get some of this pounded out. And then what I'll do is I'll raise this up. I'll raise it up a little bit so they can climb on it and maybe slide down. I don't know what I'll go to do. Yeah, this is the area that I was talking about. We're going to be fencing in the last video. There's some things here we brought up. Now Carmen will come out here and play on the drum. I'll hear the first day I brought this up and she got home from school, she played outside. All of a sudden I hear drumming. I thought, man, we're getting attacked by Indians. So the plan is we're going to take the fencing right here. I got to move all these rocks. Move all these rocks. That's where Miko sits. I'm going to move these rocks probably over there towards his dog thing. Because what I'm going to do is the plan is to run right across here. Now on this side over here is the pet cemetery, so I want to put it straight across there. Run it down here. Run it right down the side of the hill here. And then maybe eventually we'll do some hot wiring, electric, maybe put them down there, to kind of help with weed trim, keep the stuff. So I don't know yet. It's kind of up in the air about that part of what I'm going to do. But yeah, I want to run it right along here, straight down by the pallets, and then we'll run it down this side over here, right along the lilies, probably about a couple inches above where the lilies are at, and run it right down this way. And then up there, where them tires are sitting at, ooh, big old hole there. Now this summer we're going to be planting tomatoes right here. This will probably be the last summer, hopefully. We'll be planting, I got to till all this up here. This whole area here running all the way down, I got to till it so we can put our tomato plants in. But right up in here, this area right here is where I'm going to put the new pallet, shed, shelter, whatever you want to call it. And then it'll have the opening right here. And then we'll have pallets coming up here, close it all in. And then I'm going to put a gate probably about right here. I got a cattle gate I'm going to put in here. That way I can open it up, and that way I can bring the tractor in and take up their straw and stuff. That way they can eat and stuff. So I am going to put right here, I'm going to put one cattle gate here. That way I can go in with the tractor. So, but I think it'll be a nice little space for them. We're not going to have like a lot of goats. We're thinking maybe 6, 8, 12. I don't know. We'll have a lot of oh shoot, I killed myself. All right. Well, we thank you for stopping by today and watching this interesting video of me cleaning out the cage. I know it's probably not one of your highlights, seeing rather than burnt tricks is what I used to call them when I raised rabbits for 4-H back when I was a kid. Probably next year, Carmen is going to get involved with 4-H. They do have a special needs 4-H, which is really great. So she's going to be probably showing her rabbit, or maybe a goat, who knows. Of course, Dad will have to help her with that. But so that's the long-term plan here, as we're just doing one thing at a time and living here along the river. All right. Well, we thank you for stopping by, and make sure you hit that little red button up there. I forgot to hit it. So if you don't mind hitting it for me, and if you don't mind hitting that bell, I keep forgetting to hit that. So if you don't mind hitting it, I appreciate it. And as we say, peace, love, and joy comes from knowing our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And we'll see you on the next video.
I wake up every morning, see the sunrise on the land. Fields of gold and rolling hills built by God's own hand. There's a Bible on my table and a flag out by the gate. In this land of faith and freedom, we stand up proud and pray. This is Jesus' country, where the eagle flies.